When I walk into the shop right now, I see so many different things. I honestly don't even know where to start. It's getting kind of ridiculous at this point. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Daily Misfire. And there are so many projects in here for sort of good reason. One, everything's apart and broken or needs to be fixed because there's broken pieces on it. And we haven't done a video in 2 weeks, and that's partially because everything's been broken. We've been waiting on parts. We've been doing a few things. We've been doing that. I had to go to Missouri for a family emergency, and then immediately after that, I took a flight from Missouri to California with my wife to go visit family, friends, go to a wedding, go see family, all the good stuff. Right before we were having our baby and everything in October, before we're car bound for a few months before we can fly anywhere. It was a good plan to go to California for that. Anyway, now that I'm back, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done. I'm going to show you a few things I'm going to try to get done in the next few months. Some of it in the next few weeks, because the Nova should be racing in 15 days ish. And I don't have a crank for it, and we don't have a few little parts for it. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'm good under pressure. That's how this works. I would love to just put the most power the car's ever had just in it and just let it rock and roll and just assume everything's fine. That's the plan. Anyway, there are small block Chevys, there's small block Fords sitting over here, there's tires sitting out there that I need to get on the dually. So let me just take you a walk around the shop real quick, show you everything that's going on, talk a little bit about some of the new things that I'm trying to get done, some of the new things that we're trying to do. Hopefully they'll work out, but kind of give you a little bit of an insight on what's going on as far as life. So let's jump into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is all the engines that are over in this corner, and I'm going to label them from right to left. That is a 302 that is out of my mom's 68 Cougar XR7 car. This is an 8-show roller motor out of an 86 Mustang. This is the one that the flex plate decided to take a dump on, and it's kind of sitting in dereliction right now. We're not sure if the thrust is killed out of the crank or not. We need to measure all that stuff on it. It's just kind of sitting here. It should probably be looked at for everything, because when that flex plate was doing this, it was kind of doing that with everything else. And some of the bearings on it were pretty trashed in directions. So it was rotating in a weird way, or it was laying in one spot differently than anything else. So we need to look at that, check this thing over. But in the meantime, I found this 351 Windsor block for $400 over in around Knoxville area. This is a roller block 351 Windsor. I don't know what the bottom end looks like. We need to tear it all down, check it all over. But this is a very good starting block for the car, because hopefully we have a set of AFR heads sitting over there. We got a bunch of parts over there. We need to get an intake. We need to get a distributor. All the stuff that are 351 Windsor specific. Get it ready. Hopefully get this thing in that car very soon. And I would love for the Cougar to run very similar to what my car was running towards the end of last year, running the low 13s, high 12s. That would be awesome for that car. Then we have the 283 that is also sitting in dereliction next to the Nova. This is the one that is out of the South Carolina Nova Wagon, which is the factory V8 car. And this one is still locked up tighter than crap. If you'll recall, back in December or January, I can't remember which at this point, we took this thing apart, checked it all over. You can see I ran a dinkleball hone through a few of the cylinders. It is pretty well locked up still, so it might come to the point where I need to start beating pistons out of it and see if we can unstick it manually, kind of a deal from there. Instead of trying to make the whole thing rotate, get 3 or 4 pistons out of it and make those rotate, then put new rings in it and check it all over, because I would love to make this thing run in the near future. Go through the heads on it, go through everything, try to do as low buck rebuild as we possibly can, like a $200 rebuild kind of a deal. You'll see that hopefully pretty soon. Once I get the Nova done, once we get the Blazer done, Cougar, once some of this stuff in the main bays are pretty well done, we'll get the fun stuff like that. But Nova is still sitting kind of in dereliction. I need to get the steering box out of it. I need to get the tie rod ends installed. We have the new idler arm installed. That is a CPP Deluxe idler arm for this thing. Hopefully that'll help the steering. Hopefully between everything that we're doing with the steering, it should be better than it ever has steered before. which would be awesome. I need to do a few things on the interior. We'll see. Hopefully I can do some video stuff on it. There's my brother's Blazer. But like I said, 383 is still sitting here currently. We're waiting on the crank to get back. So once the crank's back, this thing should be ready to rock and roll literally in a few weeks. The 704 is sitting right there for it. Has no oil pan right there. And if you look behind the oil pan, there's a set of shorty headers. Those are for my dually, which that is another thing I need to try to do. But yeah, we checked the lip on these. These cylinders are pretty much brand new. Everything with this engine is pretty much brand new. The crank just needed to be turned and balanced with the new pistons and everything that I got. So it should go from like being a 12.8 13 to 1 motor to like 11 to 1 motor, which that's gonna be the goal. That way we can run the thing on 93 octane and we can still drive it on the street regularly instead of worrying about getting 85 or 110 or 100 octane gas. It'll be good. So hopefully next few weeks you'll see the Nova up and running, ready to rock and roll, and alongside this thing running hopefully very soon. This is my brother's 83 K5 Blazer we've had kind of in the background last year or two, and that is because we've been off and on working on it. We just are working on the brakes on it right now, so we got all the new brake parts, calipers, pads, all the stuff's ready to rock and roll, put it back together, hoses for the front end. We've done shocks, we've done a few little things to it, but it needs pretty much entire floors put in it because the floors are pretty much Flintstone-y right now. It needs new tires. Those are 33 1250s, and they look ridiculously good on this thing, especially when they're all nice and polished and cleaned up. But we need to get these guys, we need to get new tires for it, get the wheels polished back up. We need to put a new hood on it, which we have sitting over there in the back. This thing it's seen better days. I think it got hail damage at some point on it. You can kind of see down the side of it, there's some little dents and stuff that we need to probably address. But I literally have like $600 worth of parts at LMC Truck just waiting for me to hit the order button for. We put exhaust on it the other day. It's by no means perfect, but it's a lot better than it was because the exhaust on it before was turned out right here. There's turnouts literally underneath the driver's side, and right now it's gotten a lot quieter. So hopefully the goal is to have this thing running by the end of kind of middle of summer is kind of my goal. So if we can have it done by August, early September, that will be awesome. The Cougar, like I said, 351 is the plan. We have the heads, we gotta do some stuff, work on the transmission, check it over, make sure everything's good with it. Kind of go do a once over since Six Smokies, because it really hasn't done anything since Six Smokies. Ever since that flex plate decided to take a poop on us and have all those big huge issues. But yeah, so as far as everything in the shop, that's kind of where we're at. The Corvette's the Corvette. It's awesome sitting over there in the corner. I also got a set of fans for the shop. These are two 72-inch fans, so hopefully we'll be able to hang them up in the shop and get a lot more airflow through here, which will be awesome because we can get some airflow through here because it's never hot in here. The issue we always have is it's just stale air, and when it's a little bit muggy and humid like it is in Eastern Tennessee, we end up just sweating your butt off because it's just miserable in there, as the air just sits and you're just sitting there kind of like a sauna. And even like today, you can have the doors open and everything, but there's just no air movement really, and it makes it tough. So we're gonna hang those hopefully next week or two. I would like to get a couple more fans in the shop, and if we can get those and get some airflow through there, you honestly don't need AC out here because it'd just be fine. So we'll get those set up, ready to rock and roll very soon. Let me walk you out to the wagon real quick. Not a whole lot's really gone on with it. I took the steering box off of it. We have a few more planning ideas that we need to get done. I need to cut the floor out of it. We need to cut the A-pillars out of it, replace both of those. I need to get some sheet metal. We have a new cowl for it, so I need to cut the cowl out of it. Replace this part, which means we gotta take the front clip off of it. We have little pieces for like these parts. I need to get rockers for it. The worst parts that we're probably gonna have to deal with, honestly, with it, is up in here. don't know if you can really see. That's where all the drip rail molding and all that stuff kind of comes in. And right here we just need to probably work on, it goes all the way down the side. So we got to work on getting all of that kind of cleaned up, rust free, de-rust it. Inside the inner window track, it's nearly not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's still rough. I think that side's worse. Yeah, it's a little bit worse. But again, this where the seam and stuff is honestly not bad. You can probably get away with just wire brushing it, primering it, and kind of like just putting resealing all that up. But the drip rails are probably the worst part, as well as like the rear quarter panel and stuff, which they don't make quarters for these. What you have to do is get two hardtop quarter panels and kind of fuse them together. I don't know if we'll end up doing that or not, because I mainly just see the bottom half. The tops are actually good, so we'll see. Rockers, like I said, we need rockers. Cowl, yep. A-pillars, we need to fix those. But once we get the front clip off of it, we'll get all the rust off of it. We'll start working on getting like the rear suspension kind of worked on. We'll kind of work on tubbing the back of it. We're going to mini tub it, so the inner fenders are going to go in a little bit. We're going to cut the middle out of the seat. So we need to pick out whatever seat we're going to use, cut the middle out of it, and then we're going to physically shrink the seat down a little bit. So it won't be as wide as it normally would be, but it'll still look original in the car. And of course it's got to have a cage and a bunch of other stuff. The goal is for this to be a safe 1150 car, 1090 car on nitrous maybe, the way it currently will be built, which is the low dough go way. It'll be a 4.8 liter, more than likely 4.8 liter with a turbo 350, and 4 to 8.8 in the back is kind of the goal combination. And if we put 100 shot of nitrous on it, that'll just be for fun. I would like to try to get a full manual valve body for the Turbo 350, because this is going to be more race car oriented versus my Nova, which is more street car that races, versus like drag car that drives. That's going to be the difference. They're both drag and drive. It's just drag and drive versus drive and drag. Yeah. So that's with all that stuff. The dually is sitting in front of me, and it needs a little bit of love, but not in any other way that the other ones do. This one needs love by way of tires, because I think I messed up the alignment. We were having issues with the front end alignment since we did the lowering kit on it, and the camber was always in a little bit on the top. The alignment was correct because I got it aligned immediately after. The issue was, as you can see, the tire is really well balled on the outside edge. There was always having a lot of camber on the top, so I put shims in, and when I put the shims in, I just balanced it even coming all the way out. And I think when I did that, obviously one side of the A-arm is a little bit longer than the other, so I think what ended up happening is I put a lot of toe in on this side especially, and just smoked this tire. So I have stuff coming to work on the toe, camber, and caster, so I'm going to bring it into the shop hopefully in the next few days, check it all over. We're going to check the toe here in a little bit, and then I have the tools coming for a camber and caster, so hopefully we can check all that stuff over, and then I will get the new tires for it, get them mounted, which they're sitting over there. I'll show you. It's kind of ridiculous. Cooper Discoverers, which are, Cooper's historically been the cheaper-ish tire. They're like $220 now. It's like ridiculously expensive for the HT3s. So what I ended up buying was the Firestone, I think they're Firestone Transforces. Yeah, that's what they are. And these are the 235/85s, 16s. Hello, come here. There you go. But these are 235. When I say 235/85s, yeah. Which is what I run on the dually. You can run a little bit smaller tire, but I just like the taller tire. It looks better to me. Yeah, I think these were like $180 a tire, $170 a tire. So I saved like $50 on 2 tires. And when I do the rest of them, I'll end up saving like $200. Because dually tires are expensive. You gotta get the light duty truck tire, and it's like 10 ply. And they're a bit more spendy than just normal car tires. But we'll get those guys mounted, balanced, throw it on the front of it, and then we'll align everything, check it all over, make sure it's all good to go, and hopefully it'll be good to rock and roll, because I need it to start towing very soon because I use it a little bit. I use the truck kind of a lot. I use the truck, which is why I need to get the headers on it. Hopefully, it'll get a little bit more mileage, a little bit more low end torque, so it's easier on everything. But yeah, so that's the deal with the dually, deal with the wagon, deal with the Nova, deal with the Blazer, the Cougar. There's a Whippet that needs to get worked on at some point. There's a Jeep that needs to get worked on at some point. There's 2 OBS Chevy trucks that'll be in the shop at some point. There's just a lot of stuff coming in all at the same time. It seems to be. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Go check out the dailymisfire.com because I have some new merch hopefully coming out very soon. In the next coming days, you'll see all that stuff, so check it out. I will drop it all at the same time when you see it. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms because we're doing a whole lot of stuff, as you can see. Oh yeah, I gotta put AC in my Avalanche. See you guys later.